Good morning, YouTube. Happy Wednesday. Well, before I start my day on the phones here today, I wanted to come on here and talk about Javier Ruiz. Now, Javier Ruiz is the country's number one final expense agent in Spanish. And he does it all 100% door to door. And the cool stuff about Javier is that not only is he a top producer, one of the best that I've met in my life, doing $500,000 every year, but he's kept that pace since 2011 when we recruited him to Senior Life. $500,000 a year. That's been what he's done. And that's impressive because how many agents can confidently say that they're doing $500,000 a year, year in, year out, and then especially in the Spanish market? And Javier's done that. But I believe what's more impressive about Javier is the drive that he has, his dedication. I mean, it's contagious. It's beautiful to see because nowadays, what do we notice? A lot of complaining. People complain about everything. And we live in America, man, the land of opportunity, and you still see that. But Javier, he's the opposite of that. He's an optimist. And he's made just an amazing, he's built an amazing block of business. I mean, that pays him a lot of money. I would say if he doesn't make $100,000 a month just from personal sales, I would be shocked. I would think he makes more than that in residuals. So yesterday we reconnected. I hadn't talked to him in a few months, and he's looking for leads, and he's been averaging $500,000-$600,000 a year, but his goal is to do $1 million a year in annualized premium, selling only final expense, and obviously sending his paper to Senior Life because that's his number one carrier that he's been working with since 2011. So his goal is to do $1 million in 1 year. And for that, he needs leads. Currently, he works in Texas, Colorado, Kansas, and he works in those three states. His home state's Texas, but he travels. And that's how he's able to do his business. But in our conversation yesterday, because we were talking about Spanish advertising and leads, I asked him if he would talk to our group as well as all of our YouTube audience. Right now, we're at 519 subscribers and slowly growing. And, I thank each and every one of you guys because you guys have really sent us people, and I appreciate that. But is Javier the only guy that's ever done $500,000 a year? No. I know a lot of English-speaking agents that do that, 300, 400, 500,000 a year every year. But Javier's doing it in Spanish. But I believe what is more impressive about Javier is that when we recruited him to Senior Life in 2011, Javier was in his early 60s. Let that sink in. He was like 62. And that year, that first year he started, he kicked everyone's butt. Everyone. Senior Life thought it was a fluke. Okay. Any carrier, when they see a lot of business like that and that fast from one agent, you start thinking other things, right? Maybe they're rolling business, replacing business. Anyways, second year, same thing. Kicked everyone's ass. Third year, same thing. And every single year since the year he started, he's kicked every single one's ass at Senior Life in personal production, 100% in Spanish. And the crazy thing is he doesn't even speak English, only Spanish. And you got to sit back and say to yourself, wow, what excuse do I have at 42 years old? What excuse do you have at 18 years old, 20 years old, 25 years old? And you'll realize when you see people like Javier that we got really nothing to complain about. And all we really need to do is three things that we talked about yesterday with Javier. You got to have a solid training program that you can follow. You must have a solid lead source that you can invest in regularly. And you got to be accountable to your work ethic. Three major points that I agree, he agrees, that makes an agent successful. Three basic things. And it's crazy because those three things is what typically derails agents. They don't buy into the training and they're onto a new opportunity. The leads that they're working, they're not happy with, and they go on to another opportunity. And the number one, lazy. So many agents are lazy. Geez, they go out and work a week, 2 weeks, and they want to be millionaires. Wait, you know what? That's not a reality. You got to bust your ass every single day for months and years. It doesn't happen easy. It took me years to put together a 5-figure monthly income. I mean, passive income. It took me a lot of years, a lot of heartache. But it's worth it compared to my other options at the time. So Javier is just one of those great examples that when you work hard, you listen, you can have a lot of success. And the main one is that America is the land of opportunity. For me, I'm an immigrant from Michoacán, Mexico. Javier's from the same state that I'm from in Mexico, immigrant as well. And we can all agree that this country is the land of opportunity. No one's going to show up at your house with a gun to tell you can't compete. In Mexico, that happens. Here, you got an opportunity to make something of yourself. So, in the next few weeks, Javier's agreed to do a little mini interview for us out for our YouTube channel and all of our agents. And I would really encourage you to listen in if you speak Spanish, so you can listen to what a superstar sounds like, and maybe you'll learn something, or maybe you won't. I mean, a lot of you guys have great mentors, and you guys are broke because you're not applying what you're learning. But if you want to learn, you want to listen into Javier, send me a private message, and I'll invite you to that meeting. So that way, if you want to ask him any questions, please feel free to ask him. He's a first class dude, and just an overall nice guy. So you guys enjoy your Wednesday, and see you guys at top. Peace.